and a very warm welcome to you all to Interactive SK Light, the internet TV show that's all about living and travelling in Greece. And as you know by now, we're broadcasting live onto our website, www.kerkera.live, but also, of course, on Facebook and YouTube. If you're watching us on Facebook and you like what you see or hear, please like us and follow us. That way you get the heads up with all our future broadcasts. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. As always, I'm very pleased to say we have the help and assistance of our great producer, Claire, who will be answering all your comments on Facebook. And a little bit later on, we have the wonderful, delightful Dawn Doukas, who will be presenting to you a special live report. More about that later on. But, of course, no show would be quite complete without the one and only Master of Controls, Thomas. A very good evening to you, Thomas.
Good evening, Adrian. Good evening, everybody. Hello and welcome back to episode 3, where it's all about, like you said, Greek Easter. And I can see lots of you have logged on already. Thanks for logging on. Gonna be great. Army Speller saying good evening. Hi, Army. Great to see you.
Hi, Army. And it's only one thing to say. Haiva Ilta.
Ah, great. Tom Giddings is writing already saying, hi everyone. Hope all are well and keeping safe. Hopefully soon we will or be safe from this horrid COVID and can all be ourselves again. That's a good one. Thanks, Tom.
Absolutely. And Tom, you made a very good point, I think a week ago, when you said that our interactive live shows broadcasting from Studio Kerkera have allowed you to make loads of friends that maybe otherwise you wouldn't have been able to do so.
It's great, isn't it?
Isn't it wonderful, Thomas?
It's
There's
fantastic.
The power of interactive broadcasting live from Studio Kerkera. We are so happy about that, Tom. Thank you so much indeed.
Great. No, and I got Hillary Warner here saying, yippee, that time. Again, here it goes. See,
I
that's
like a
great,
yippee.
guys.
Nice one, Hillary. Yeah, good
Great.
one.
And Lynn O'Hara, welcome. Beautiful day here in Benitez. Yeah, I believe so. It's
absolutely,
great.
Lynn, yes.
Margaret Johnson is saying, hi all. Hope everybody is safe and well. Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you,
We
Mark.
are great. I mean, we bring you up to date in a minute for the latest updates here and the travel updates, of course, and it starts getting more and more interesting. But let me say, hey, to Winnie. Hi, Winnie. Lavinia is right. She said, haha, just hope no one is as petty as I and tried to log in an hour ago. I was furious. I couldn't find you, but then realized it was my own fault. Welcome, chaps and chappies.
Welcome. Thank you for your patience, Vinny. It paid off.
It's brilliant. John Wright is saying Kalispera to you all on the beautiful island. Kalispera to you, of course.
Kalispera.
Stavros Kitos is saying Kalispera.
Hi, Stavros.
Kerkera. Welcome to Kerkera. That's great. Stavros Kitos is clapping. That's great. Thanks so much, guys. Stephen Raimund, Kalisperasas from England.
Hi, Stephen.
Yasu, have a great show, guys.
Oh,
thank you very
Stephen.
much.
We do it when we know you're on board in the background.
And Cassie Duckworth saying Kalispera from Rhoda. So the whole island is locked down.
Kathy
And
Duckworth.
England. And so it's brilliant. man.
We
Steve
love all
Bowers.
our regular viewers and everybody that's
It's
new to
great.
the show as well.
That
Welcome.
keeps us going. That
Yes.
keeps us really motivated
Absolutely.
to do that. And we're enjoying it. So we very, very lucky. Steve Bowers is saying, hi, everybody.
Hi, Steve.
Was coming over for Easter, but flights was cancelled. See you late May. Hopefully we can. Hopefully we cannot wait to get back.
Great.
Oh, that's great. It's nice to hear from you. Jeffrey Backstage is just popping up. He's saying hi
Jeffrey.
from Devon. Hope to get there in August. It's
Brilliant.
looking good at
Excellent.
the moment. Happy days. And when you see, guys, is Corrigiades is that view we have on. So that's really opposite from Notos on the hill. And we saw this Easter. And to Easter, we show you a little bit another picture. And it's also very cloudy today, we have to say.
It is.
Yeah?
There is that mist, that almost a red haze. I dare not want to say it, but earlier on it looked a little bit like a scene from the Red Planet, didn't it?
Yeah, it was really. So we chose this view today. And I love it. This is great. So that's what we see from our studio window, man.
Absolutely. And also it's to remind us that Easter is such a holy ceremony, and a few days here on the island of Corfu. Nowhere in the whole of Greece celebrates Easter just like the Corfiots do.
Yeah, and to show you a little bit, here we go over to that one. See, that's Easter. Here is the red pot we're going to talk about. And, of course, the fantastic bakery.
Yes.
It's the bread, it's the biscuits. That's what's all about. Much more, of course. But there gonna be restrictions on, sadly, this year. So what's gonna let's update the people now. What's gonna happen? What's going on so far, and what we can look forward to, because we're all looking forward to a fantastic holiday, fantastic season, and everything points to it. So what?
Yep. At the moment, I think we just have to be a little bit more patient, because there are still these lingering restrictions over the Easter holidays, and of course it has put a little bit of a dampener. That's 2 years running now that the good people here haven't been able to let their hair down and celebrate Easter, as you might say, full power.
Full power, yeah.
But at least I think there's been an improvement over last year. There's some more people allowed to congregate.
It's more people. So the rules changed a little bit, guys. So I'm moving here so you guys can see me. It's quite, because so we're gonna move back in our van very soon. So we can't wait. It's gonna be great. More space, more to show you. But we were asking a little bit about what's going on now Easter. What is with the ceremonies? And sadly, the ceremonies, some are cancelled, and otherwise very, very restricted here. Yeah, and that's not normal. That's not usual for Corfu. When you see, and everybody who knows how Easter is on Corfu goes, wow, because it is a celebration, it is a wow moment, especially when you stand in Corfu town on Saturday 11 o'clock and they're throwing the pots.
Yes.
I mean, what a spectacle. It's
Absolutely.
unbelievable.
Thousands normally crowd in, don't they? And it's the noise and the whole event. It's just a great feeling, I'm sure. But unfortunately, it's restricted this year. However, we do have a little treat, hopefully, later on in store.
We got a couple
tonight.
of treats. Yes, if that works, that would be great. No, I think it's gonna work. Of course, it's gonna work. But we have a full program. And from the updates here, the church ceremonies. There's no midnight mass, so that's not on. That is earlier. That's 9 o'clock. So the times got changed. This is Saturday.
Yeah,
Epitafio is not gonna happen either. But they arranged a few smaller things, and there's a few organizations who stream that around the world. They try to. So there's really, but it is all the restrictions. This is past December filming. All the restrictions are still in place. In churches, every 25 square meter, one person, and you have to wear 2 masks.
Yes,
2 masks to wear. Yeah.
There was a bit of argument.
People were,
I know.
A
lot of people were
argument.
angry about that. But it is just for a short period of time and for these church services. But we should warn everybody that the police are clamping down hard on travelling, interregional travel. If you get stopped, you absolutely have to prove that you've got a valid reason to be on the road. There will be heavy fines. I was reading the other day, Thomas, that last weekend they stopped about 26,500 people, and out of those numbers, only 805 were issued with fines, and a further 8 were arrested. So that's not too bad going. From 26,500, 800 people and 5 were fined 300 euros for being somewhere where they shouldn't be. But it's a bit sad, isn't it, that here it is, the big religious festival of the year.
It's Easter, you know,
Exactly.
what the people who know what the celebration is here. It's tremendous. What the community is doing, what the thing is doing, is it is just unbelievable. And to miss that the second year running, it's no good. But okay, we went out with our cameras. We went out with Dawn, so we got a fantastic clip from a local bakery in Linia, and we made the effort and said, okay, if you can't see that, if you can't join, then we show you a couple of things that are very, very traditional. One, of course, is the red pot we have, the Easter, and of course the Easter bread.
Yes.
So the bakery, we filmed the process for you, what they're doing, and had a little bit of an interview with the guys there. And on the other side, we're gonna show you everything about making the Easter candles, the famous Easter candles. Yeah. But before we go in there, let's start with our travel updates.
Absolutely. Yes.
So, and I got anyway a question. While we talk travel updates, we spoke first episode about that holiday experiment, Holland. Did 2 roads. That's well.
We made a big fanfare about it. 187 good souls about 2 weeks ago now were jetted from the Netherlands to an all-inclusive hotel on the island of Rhodes, actually in Rhodes town it was. The only drawback was that they weren't allowed to leave the premises. So it's 8 days, and the whole idea was an experiment to see, for the Greek authorities and everyone else involved, how it would work out with COVID being in the air, as it were.
Exactly. They had restrictions there, no?
Yes.
They had restrictions. So they allowed not they weren't
Not
allowed
allowed out
out
the
of the
compound.
compound.
No,
so
no,
that's
not at all.
why a strict holiday
Yes.
where they had to stay within the holiday resort.
Yes, but there was, so they tell us, everything was laid on for their convenience and their holiday enjoyment. So they tell us. But unfortunately, Thomas, we've not been able to find any follow-up reports. I honestly don't know how these good 187 souls got on their strange holiday. But we'd love to hear from you if you were one of the 87, or indeed you know of anyone who might have been on board that
I
flight.
would have loved to know what.
Please let us know. Drop us a line. If you want to be anonymous, send us an email, always so, at inbox@studiokerkera.com.
Right, but now it was an interest. What I just saw,
Yes,
we reported
it
about
stood
it,
out,
we
didn't
said
it?
about it, it
Exactly.
stood out. It's one
Yeah.
experiment, holiday season gonna start, and what's happened with them? They done their week, everything. So
Hopefully
did
they
it
were,
work,
safe
or
and,
how did
yes.
Now how was the holiday for them? How was the holiday experience? That's the most important
Of
thing.
course.
What is safety, all right? And how was the holiday experience itself?
Exactly, and we simply don't know. We can assume that the safety factor was okay because they were all vaccinated and free of COVID as per the testing requirements. That we do know, but we don't know how they got on.
Yeah, maybe we can find
Yes,
out.
yes.
But there's other travel updates and updates about the SMS
Absolutely.
and so on. So what's going on with the SMS? This is, we have to send text messages
Right,
and SMS
yes.
out when we want to go out. And allegedly this should
Ha.
finish on the 3rd of May. But
Allegedly.
it's not, it's
No.
not like it, is it?
No,
It's not
we
like
have a
it's
sneaky
written.
line in here from no less a person than the Greek Deputy Prime Minister himself, who confirmed yesterday, Tuesday, that there was still a need to send an SMS text to get permission to leave the house or complete a form to confirm the need for travel. However, he wouldn't be pushed any further than saying it's expected to be abolished by the end of the second week in May. That's the best we got.
That's the best we
End
got.
of the
So
second week in
what
May.
happened with 3rd of May? Because
Well,
3rd of May,
tourists.
and I'm happy.
Exactly.
All the coffee shops
are open.
the
Yes.
establishment, catering establishment are open up.
Absolutely.
So
What number
it's
do you
exciting.
use to get permission to go to a coffee shop? Well, we were discussing earlier on before we came on air, and we reckon, we had a short sweet tape in the studio, that it might be number 2, essential service or essential supplies.
I don't know.
You're going to go for number 6?
Number 3. No,
Number 3.
official business.
Official business. Well, why not?
I mean,
It's always official to have a coffee. Well, we need coffees here at SK. But it's a good question you pose there, Thomas, and we
Yeah.
simply, as yet, don't know the answer. Mind you, if you're a viewer and you're listening to this right now and you're here on this beautiful island of Corfu and you happen to know the answer, please.
You are very
let us
lucky.
know. Yeah, well, yes, but please let us know, actually. We really
Yeah.
would like to know.
Yeah,
But
no,
it's
definitely,
an important point, because obviously there's going to be a lot of rancour between
Yeah.
the inhabitants of this wonderful island and the tourists who are here
Of
and
course,
are
of
free
course,
to do
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I do know that tourists coming early in the 3rd of May will not be allowed to go into regional. They are
Yeah.
supposed to stay within their
Within
confined
their-
area
yes.
where they're supposed to be staying in their accommodation.
So maybe we get an answer today, because today they were meeting this afternoon.
Yes,
While we were
yes.
preparing for the show here, while we started getting into the swings, set the cameras, everything up, we were waiting for news. But they're still in the meeting. They're still deciding. But one thing, what is for sure, from Monday on, 3rd of May, the coffee shops and catering establishments are open, and from the 17th on,
Yes.
holidays.
That's what
start.
they're saying.
So
That's the word on the
how-
ground,
That's
isn't
the
it?
word on the ground at the
Yes.
moment. Yeah, and I knock wood. I knock wood.
Oh, absolutely. I'll do the same. On the subject of coffee shops and restaurants, tavernas opening from the 3rd of May, that is only those that have outside dining areas. I still think there are restrictions for inside dining currently at the moment.
Okay, cool. That's one thing. Okay, we're gonna keep an eye on it. But if there's something changes, we let you know through our Facebook page. We're gonna post then the latest decision the Greek government was taking. So other news.
Other news. Well, here's a bit of good news.
Yeah.
Latest figures on the vaccination front here in the wonderful country of Greece.
That's very important.
They're telling us that up to now, over 5 million people have been vaccinated. That's actually nearly half the population.
Wow.
So that's pretty good going.
So now they
That's the
start. They're
latest
getting
figures
really.
that
They're
I've
getting
come
really
across.
fast.
Yes.
They're getting really things.
It's-
So there
it's
were a couple of
moving upwards.
hiccups in
It is,
there.
yes.
But hey, they happen everywhere.
Absolutely. And do you want some other good news? Well, here's some
Yeah.
good news. It's from the EU President of the Commission. That's Ursula von der Leyen, who, when she's not worrying about if there's a spare chair to sit on,
Yeah.
she's given us some really good news that will make everybody happy. And she's saying, and I quote, she's stated that anyone who has had a full vaccination as approved by the European Medicines Agency, will be allowed to visit EU countries this summer. And Thomas, that includes the UK and the US of A. So that's great news. If she sticks to it, yes, that's good.
If she sticks to it, that's brilliant, yeah.
Here's another one that's maybe not so good, but actually for the international traveller wanting to come to Greece, it probably is good news. And that is, don't forget, this week was the first week of the starting of all public sector workers within Greece having to have a 1 in 7 day COVID test, lateral flow test, self-testing.
Oh, so this is for the tourist industry very important, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And this sector's, just to remind everybody, we're talking about all retail, all essential services, transport, also banking, finance and insurance. So it covers quite a lot of people. And all government buildings. Yeah. All government buildings. And from next Monday, or Tuesday, or maybe even Wednesday, I should say, after the bank holiday weekend, the private sector. Now, there, the onus and pressure will be on the employers to make sure all their employees have a test every 7 days. Again, it's self-testing. Again, it's lateral flow. There are rumours to be steep fines in the coming weeks if that isn't complied with. I think they might be a little bit relaxed for the first week
or so.
But beware, if you're an employer, please make sure your employees have their tests. And then if you think about it on a broader picture, it's great because it's just that little bit extra insurance policy to put all the international travellers that want to come to this beautiful country of Greece a little bit more relaxed.
Relaxed, little safety in your head. That's the whole thing. And you know, when they can do, they're doing the self-tests.
Yes, it's self-test, but it's going to be a rigid regime by what I read.
Yeah, but that's good. A question related to that now, not to the vaccines, but holiday. I got from John Wright the question and from Steve Stolzy McCabe. Hi guys,
Steve.
Thanks for asking. John is asking, what will the curfew rules be with tourists arriving?
Good question.
That's a very good question.
Yes.
So guys, if you got a question out there you want to ask live now on Messenger or on the comment box. We can read that, or send an email to inbox@studiokerkera.com, and we do our utmost to answer your questions. But that's a good question because we would have forgotten to talk about that.
Yes, maybe. But Steve, to answer your question, you'll be pleased to know that from now, and John, yes, good old John, young John, I'm sure, sorry. Lovely John and Steve, they're both avid viewers and we welcome you on board. To answer your questions, good news is, just recently they extended the curfew time from 9 o'clock in the evening till 10 o'clock until 5 o'clock in the morning, which is the curfew. But from next week, it moves till 11 o'clock at night. And
for the summer months, they still discussing it. So when the full tourist season starts, they still discussing the curfews. When last year it was, as you can remember, Steve, probably, it was midnight. At midnight, all the establishments had to close. If they keep that this year the same, or change that for a little bit later, no idea. But we're gonna see that. But as you said, it goes then after Easter. It goes to 11 o'clock, and then we're gonna see what's happened. So after that, so after the 17th of May, it's creeping up. It's coming. It's coming fast.
It's going in the right direction. We can agree that.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that's cool.
No, that's definitely great. From update, also there is something coming in. What is regarding the rent cars? What is the rules now with British driving license hiring a car here in Greece? And to be honest, I'm not 100% sure. I got an inkling because I spoke with somebody, but they were not sure. I spoke with the rent-a-car company and they were not sure at the moment. At the moment, you can do that. Yeah, and there is another update what we have to bring in regarding driving license.
Breaking news just before we came on air. Our great producer Claire.
That's for everybody who lives now here in Greece. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And the information's come from Julie Cross. You may remember her from a previous broadcast, all about the British in Greece group on Facebook, all about the biometric residency permits. Well, we were here living in Greece. We all got a little bit worried about the UK driving licenses being no longer valid after the 3rd of May. Well, the good breaking news is that they've now extended that deadline to the 31st of December, so we can all breathe a slight sigh of relief. We found out, haven't we, that to apply for a Greek driving licence, should you be of UK origin, living here in Greece, you require a Paravola, which is about €98, we believe.
Around that, Claire is just putting the whole thing together, and we're gonna release that in a separate post. But I think that the most important message is, don't panic, don't freak. The deadline from 31st of May, 2nd of May.
It was the 3rd, I think.
Unless they are invalid is not true. That got extended now until the 31st of December. So you got another 8 months' time to get that sorted, and they had to with Ministry of Transport. This was also done in the CAP office originally, and that stops now. So here on Corfu, so you cannot go and do this in the CAP office anymore. You have to go to the Transport Department in Corfu town. What is not bad. It's a nice journey anyway, and they're very professional in there. We saw this with the biometric cards, how fantastic they handled that. But that's now with the driving license. Don't panic until the 31st of December, and I think the same gonna be with the tourists when they arrive here, because the United Kingdom needs time to swap the driving licenses around. While at the moment you still got the EU symbol on it, so everything has to change. So I think this gonna be the same impact when you wanna rent a car. But we gonna find out exactly what you need to rent a car if you have a British driving license.
Absolutely. Obviously, if you're planning on coming here for a holiday and you want to hire a car, please bring a UK driving license with you. Absolutely. And if you should be so lucky to have what is known as an international driving permit, please also bring that. In fact, if you're really worried about all this and you're in the United Kingdom, for instance, wanting to come here and drive quite extensively, then it might be a good idea to go along to your main post office and apply for one of these things. It doesn't take very long, and it doesn't cost much money. I think £5 to £6, and it will be valid for, I think it's 3 years. They require driving licence photographs, but it's quite a simple process done at the post office, and it allows you at least to drive legally abroad from the country of your origin.
But it's not just now for the English, it's for everybody non-EU and non-Schengen.
It's always
international driving license fixed that, and you had very good experience with that, didn't you?
I did. It saved my day. It saved the bacon.
Saved the bacon.
Yes, I think if I'd have just been relying on my UK driving licence, I'd have been a little bit of hot water. This was early days of lockdown when I was making my way to the studio, as you do, and I went through a full-blown police roadblock. I have to say, I told you about this live on air, I believe. They were all very jolly, and I got through, but it was the international driving permit that saved the day. So if you have got one, that's brilliant. Please bring it along with you. If you haven't, then perhaps please look into applying and getting one. Simple process. You may have to be in the queue a little bit in the post office, but it's not that arduous, and at least you don't have to go to some out-of-town massive driving centre to get one, and it's valid across the globe. So
great. And let me say hello to everybody who just joined us and logged on to Interactive SK here live from Corfu, where it's all about travel and living in Greece, and especially Corfu. We love Corfu.
Well,
there's
absolutely.
No question about
Sagapo, Corfu.
So, and yes, guys, and if you have any questions regarding holidaying or living here, don't hesitate. Write email inbox at studiokerkera.com or send us a message now live as we on air to talk, and we got so much to talk. And yes, it's Easter, and Easter is what's all about, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Oh,
as we said
what
at the
a
top
preparation.
Yes, it's such a big do. It is the biggest religious festival of the entire calendar of the year, and it's celebrated like nowhere else in Greece, or maybe Eastern Orthodox countries, as it is in Corfu. The Corfiots are very proud. It's very special to them.
It's very special.
Yes.
You can't blame them. The tradition is great.
And so many people from all over mainland Greece try very hard to make it here every year for these celebrations. Of course, this year it's that little bit difficult, just like last year, unfortunately. Let's hope this time when we're sitting here next year, more or less around the same time. It won't be exactly the same time.
But there's still excitement in there. There's still preparations going on. So, of course, people here in Greece, they reduced for 9 to 12 people in your private area. As your family, you can celebrate Easter.
Oh, that's good.
The church is open, but there is heavy restrictions on that one. But like Lavinia was saying, I see the message, a shame about the FAW. I agree with her, because that was we were so lucky, so privileged to experience that 2019 in Kino Piastes.
Oh, what a do,
what
wasn't it?
Unbelievable. It's
beautiful
really
procession. It was magical. That's what it was.
For us, an honor to be allowed there with our cameras and stream this
Absolutely.
live to the world. And
On Black Friday,
Black
this
Friday,
is. You and I
yeah.
might know it as Good Friday. If you're wondering what on earth we're yabbering on about, well, you know, the answer lies on the Facebook library. If you check out our website or go into Facebook and you look at our library, you will see that was live broadcast from 2 years ago. I do believe we repeated it exactly a year ago.
A year
didn't we?
ago, yeah.
So if you really desperately wanted to
Lucky
get
we
that,
repeat it again.
Yes.
But no,
Well,
it's
maybe.
something
You
worth
can always
watching if you haven't
check
seen
it out.
something like
Of course,
that.
yes.
Please watch it. It is fantastic.
It was beautiful, and
It
it's
is all the
musical.
things. Yeah.
And it's a great time when you really see with real eyes how the communities still very much are
Together, and how
cohesive
the whole the
together.
cultural
Yes,
society is working
exactly.
together. Everybody is
It's
working
wonderful,
together,
isn't it?
pulling that together. It's a shame, but they're still doing it, and it's still gonna be a great Easter. But you know what? We talked so much about it. We told you, we were out, we shot a couple of clips for you regarding Easter, because it's all about Easter. And here, let's go into the first clip. And the first clip, of course, has something to do with food, doesn't it?
Oh, yes, well, we like talking about food, don't we? We always find that.
But that's very special, and we were privileged.
Yes, we were indeed.
So let's have a look, guys. That's all about the special Easter bread and how it's pronounced in Greek and how it's put together. Our lovely Dawn went and found out for us.
Hello to you all from Interactive SK. My name is Dawn Doukas, and we're here today in the lovely sunshine at Stefanos Bakery in Linia in South Corfu. We're here today to find out exactly what beautiful Easter treats the bakery is going to be making for all the local villagers. Tureki is an Easter bread. It's one of the traditional things that's always found on the Easter table. And that's what we're going to see today, the making and the process and everything that's involved. So with Stefanos and Anna here today to explain the ingredients and the special treatment, of course, that's required in making the famous Tureki, the Easter bread. So please tell us the secrets.
Hello.
Hello,
Και
everybody.
χρόνια πολλά.
Χρόνια πολλά. So, the ingredients, we put special flour for the Easter bread, eggs, milk, sugar, and my wife will tell the rest.
Fresh eggs.
Fresh eggs,
We
of
put
course.
fresh eggs. I can share that with the people. They have
Okay.
to know it's better. It makes the color better of the Easter bread. Then we put whatever people likes aromatikes iles they called. It's mastija hiu, it's kakule, it's mahlepi, vanilla,
Butter, of course.
fresh butter. We put orange juice και orange flakes. Ωραία. Και τι άλλο?
I can't say it.
Oh, of course, we have the main
Okay,
ingredients,
so-
but of course
Okay.
there are special secrets.
Of course they are.
Because it's a tradition that the recipe, every household has a recipe, their own recipe of the tureki. And of course you would never ever declare your special secrets on what you would put in your own tureki. And it's
Sure.
no different for any baker to actually declare exactly the final touching, the cherry on the cake, as I would say, on how you make your tureki. So it's a secret, yes?
It's a secret,
A grandmother's secret.
and it will remain secret.
Yes. And of course, we want to thank you very much for
Thank
your
you.
time today, because you have been very, very busy with a very large order from the Dimos Notos.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
So you have not only been making tureki, but also puloraki, the Easter
Cookies,
Easter
yes, of course.
cookies.
Of course.
So we thank you very, very much for that. We know how extraordinarily busy you are, and we
Thank
really,
you.
really do appreciate your time in inviting us here today, and obviously being able to show everybody this very traditional way of making an Easter bread.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
very
Steph.
much
Thank you.
to be here, and καλό Πάσχα to everybody.
Yeah. Καλό
Of course,
Πάσχα.
καλό Πάσχα.
Thank
Και
you.
χρόνια πολλά.
Και χρόνια πολλά.
So one secret I can share with you, being here and seeing the process, it's very, very important to leave the tureki to rise. And that's what makes it lovely, soft, and a great texture. And of course, then we have the final product after it's come out of the oven, and we have all these delicious turekis ready to be picked up and given to the children by their godparents. So a godparent would order a tureki, cookies, Easter cookies, and of course that's very important to keep Yaya and Papu happy with their Greek coffee and their Easter cookie. They would also buy chocolate eggs and as well as candles. The finished product, pleated turekia, as well as round ones and the traditional wreath ones to show like a basket in the middle of the table with the red eggs. All that we have to say is thank you very much to Stefanos and Anna to inviting SK here to film you and bring you this very traditional process of the Easter breads. Thank you for watching.
Χρόνια πολλά! Καλό Πάσχα και καλή Ανάσταση!
Oh, what a fabulous family bakery. Weren't they fantastic, jolly people?
Oh, what great experience.
Great
And
family.
thank you so much, guys. Here, you see that. Here it is. That's the bread and that's the biscuits. Stefanos, yeah?
Very tasty they are, too.
Yeah, he made that. And it's a privilege to watch. But we want to tell everybody we done this under all the current restrictions and we followed the guideline for
COVID compliant.
broadcasting
We
and
were fully.
exactly for media productions very, very heavily. But it was a fantastic way to see that, man.
It was. I've never seen the like before, and it is so special here, this Easter bread. Every house has their own Easter bread. I'm told, Thomas, that the actual name of it, I'm sure someone's going to correct me if I mispronounce this, is lambada. That's what it's known as. I do
Okay.
believe, lambada.
Really?
Yeah, well, someone told me that. Maybe I stand to be
I have no
corrected.
idea. So
I don't know.
but
One word I can say. You
Yeah.
heard the lovely Dawn there in her introduction talk about the demos of Notos, what she means, and I have to say, I didn't know this until a week or two ago. The demos is like the municipality.
Yeah.
So it's actually the council, the municipality of the area of Notos put in a very large order there for the Jolly Stefanos. So that's great, isn't it?
that's brilliant. And see, and he's operating for the last 3 years and he's really bullying.
Yes.
So he's baker for over 11 years.
Oh, no, 17.
Oh,
a
17
very long
years,
time.
a very
Yes.
long time.
Yes,
And 3
yes.
years ago, he jumped in the cold water and said, "Okay, I want my my own bakery." And I think it's a natural progression. It's great,
It is.
and the tradition is kept alive.
Absolutely.
How he does things in there, he's very particular about these things. He's very clean in there. He's really, it's his bakery, and you see it on him. He's really looking.
passionate
He's
about
passionate
his
about it.
baking. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. And
And when you
always
see that, and then you can taste it,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly. The
it's
passion
great.
comes through in the taste.
Definitely, and that's on the linear straight. So everybody
Yes.
who
Yes.
comes from direction Corfu down, you go linear straight, and just before you turn right to Issos Beach, just 50 meters before, on the right side, that's the bakery. So it's really worth going there. Or if you come from Lefkimi, just 50 meters after the turn, left to Issos. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's just like
It's I said that right, didn't I?
yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
And
Yes,
then the corner
absolutely.
where
Linear
George and
Cafe.
Harry, Linear
Linear
Cafe.
Cafe,
So hi guys, hope
fantastic,
you
yes.
doing well. I can't wait for you guys to open. So
No.
it's all, everybody is now excited because things are moving. Yeah, especially Easter. And when they say, okay, Easter, we have this now with our family. We put that together, and then after Easter we're gonna relax that.
Yes, yes.
So, and everybody is looking forward to that. I mean, Margaret Johnston is saying, I miss being there for Easter. It is magical out there.
bet
And it is, you
Margaret, yeah.
spot on. I mean, shame, the fireworks going to happen early, I think 9 o'clock
Oh,
or
really?
something this
Oh,
weekend.
okay.
So, yeah, it's normally midnight, no, Saturday,
Yes,
midnight.
yes, it is, yes.
The
I've-
church service and then the fireworks. But they all put it ahead, 9 o'clock.
Okay, well, better to have some fireworks earlier than none at all, so that's good. I
Now,
guess.
that's great.
I'll
And-
look out for them.
Yeah, and guys, thank you so much for your messages and all your hearts you're sending in. That's so great. That
Oh,
really,
bless.
really cheers us up. I know it is Easter week. There's a lot going on, even with the red eggs. We wanted to do something with red eggs, coloring them and show you guys how they're done traditionally. Yeah, but they don't color them until Thursday evening, so tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah? And somehow we felt, it's not right, to jump ahead of a tradition or something. When they do it Thursday, then we do it, and then we can do the clip and we can upload it the same as we do with the bakery. So all the clips you see on the show, they're gonna be uploaded to Facebook, YouTube, and our website, of course, where you can watch them on their own and enjoy.
Great. And on the subject of dyeing the red eggs, or eggs red, I should say, what I was ever so pleased to hear about is that it's very environmentally friendly when they use onion skins, red onion skins. That's much better than a chemical paint, isn't it?
Yeah, and when you look, when you go on to South Corfu promotions, Dawn put a little post up where this is fantastically explained.
That's right.
So they use red onion skins, water, and vinegar,
Brilliant.
and then you let them in there for around 30 minutes.
Oh,
and
right.
they're taking really a fantastic dark red color.
Really deep and
Yeah,
rich.
I mean the light
Fabulous.
red ones, they're the supermarket ones you can buy
Yes.
off the shelf.
I saw
but
them.
the
I
dark red
declined.
ones, those are the home ones.
Right, okay. That's
They
a
are
good
the
tip.
home ones.
The darker they are, the more likely they are to be
Yeah,
from home.
and as you see
Brilliant.
at Easter bread, there is one in the middle, an egg in the middle.
Yes, I saw them making the
Yeah,
space for it.
The space for it. And this,
Do you know, the plaiting was good, wasn't it? The way
Plaiting was
they get into
great.
doing that. It's brilliant, yes.
that was really now they done so well, and this is a really privilege watching them
I bet, Thomas, yes.
and get in. So sadly, there is no tourism Easter, but you know what, we try to
I
lift the
know.
spirit a little bit and bring you a few things around. I mean, we had another visit this week, and because it's Easter, there's also the tradition of the Easter candles, isn't it?
Yes.
They are very important. I haven't realized
Very
how important they are.
No, I hadn't at all, and I'm told that the actual tradition of candles, decorating and personalising candles for children and the family, is actually an older tradition than the throwing of the pots, would you believe? This has been going on now for
Ooh.
absolutely centuries.
So
The candles, yes, we were very lucky.
well,
weren't
we were privileged. It was great, and we're
Absolutely.
gonna show that definitely.
Yeah, and they were great to have one of us into their homes while we filmed this, COVID compliant again. But you'll
Exactly.
see that in a little bit about the lengths that they go to decorate candles. It's all about children, most especially, and it's the one celebration during the whole year where the godparents get involved. Usually for godparents here, the big thing is the christening. But the
Yeah.
good news for them, once a year, Thomas, they become centre stage.
Centre stage,
With
it
the
is
Easter
great,
celebrations.
yeah.
Yes, it is. Let's hear it for the godparents, I say.
It's fantastic.
I say
yeah,
that 'cause
but
I never had any, but it's jolly good for those that do.
yeah, but on the other thing now, when we talk now, godparents, they get the sweets, they get the sweets for the kids, they get the bread, they sort that.
they do.
Yeah. So and when we're talking now quickly about the red vases.
Ah, right, yes. We
Yeah.
got told a
I
very
mean,
interesting piece of
interesting story,
information,
yes.
didn't we? People often wonder, why are they filled with water? Well, actually, there's a few reasons. One, apparently, they're more likely to fall straight down and not go everywhere. Here's the key thing, though. They're less inclined to splinter into 1,000 million pieces, so there's less that travel through the air, as it were. But here's the real reason, I reckon. It's
Yeah.
all in the sound and the thud that the
Yes.
pot makes when it crashes
Exactly.
to the ground. That,
And the
to many,
water
is the sound of
helps to
Easter, isn't it?
amplify that
Yes,
they explained
exactly,
us, yeah?
exactly. So it
So
sort of
it's-
amplifies the whole of Easter, having water in the pots. And that, too, has been going back for centuries. It's a great tradition, and that is the thing that draws all good Greek people here to the wonderful island of Corfu to share in this Easter tradition of the throwing of the pots.
And
Wait.
what a great tradition. And
Yes.
that's the main thing for Corfu
Absolutely.
Down, isn't it?
It is,
I mean,
yes.
there's
11
the-
o'clock on a Saturday
Wow,
morning.
what is that? There's at least 10,000 people
Thousands
in there.
go there.
It's mad.
I've heard from many to say they could hardly get a view, but they crane their necks, as it were. But of course, it's the atmosphere as well. It's not just seeing eye to eye, as it were. It's being part of the crowd and the spectacle of the event.
Yeah, and you see this picture now there, you see this little boat. So there is boats, they're much, much bigger than that one. But that's a typical boat,
Oh, yes.
what is thrown 11 o'clock on Saturday. And
right.
if you wonder what is with the bread, if you missed the clip, you can watch that clip again. We showed you how to make Easter bread, or better, here, the bakery in Linia. So you can, Revis Bakery is a local service in our Linia Street, and they produce fantastic bread there. So we were privileged to have that there. And that's, Revis Bakery.
Great.
So no, this is. But you find out so many things related to Easter. It was also with the candles. Now we were talking, and Dawn organized it for us, and what a fantastic visit it was.
Absolutely. Very interesting. Didn't know anything about it before, but we know a little bit more about it now. And it was all down to Frosso, who is actually a jewellery expert who makes jewellery in her proper profession, as it were, but every Easter she lends her hands to decorating the candles. Well, you'll see, won't you?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming in. Guys, thank you so much. Army is saying, now I'm hungry. I was so good. It was so good looking bread, so I have to go and see what I have and can eat now. Nice evening to you all.
It's very
That's
tasty.
great. Margaret Johnson said, I have watched Stati's mum and sister doing the Easter eggs for the restaurant. That's the thing. So that's great. That's exactly where we were spot on with the dying in.
Yes.
And Lavinia is saying, my grandson in Madrid was sent a lambada candle.
Oh.
So right, mate. By his Corfiot nonna a month ago already. So she sent this to Madrid to the grandchild. That's great.
Yes, it is. Thank
See,
you.
there you see what a tradition it is. And yeah, it's all about Easter. It's all about eggs, bread and ceremonies this weekend. But food, of course. Now and there are going to be a lot. But what we have is the candle clip. Yeah?
Yes.
Should we go? I think it makes sense and go straight in to that thing.
It's
So
only
guys,
short.
it's a short, sweet, but that's all about traditional Easter candle.
The wonderful Frosso Pulumenu kindly invited us to see how she prepares for one of the oldest traditions on the island, the decorating and personalising of the traditional Easter candle. White candles are used, symbolising purity, which are then decorated and personalised with names and favourite colours, along with ribbons and tassels. These candles are given by the godparents to their godchildren and will be lit at the midnight mass on Saturday, after all the lights in the church are switched off by the priest, with his blessing. Upon returning home, and before entering the family house, the candle is used to mark the symbol of the cross on the lintel and extinguished above the door, protecting the home and to drive bad spirits away. We've been told that this tradition is on record as being older than the tradition of the Easter pot throwing, and a very important date in the calendar for godparents. Some families, before extinguishing the flame, use the candle to light oil lamps, which burn until the Easter ceremonies are over. Calo Pasca.
Yeah, and here we are, and how great. So there's another thank you to Frosso von Handmade jewelry, and we got the Facebook page up. So if you want to know anything more, go on Frosso's Handmade Jewelry and you can see more. So she made this quick presentation for us. Thank you so much for inviting us and do that. It was really interesting finding so much out, especially the oil lamps. I didn't know that.
No, neither did I. And she did very well there, didn't she? Great decoration there. Just in case you're wondering, she used I thought it was quite exciting, an electric glue gun, which I've not seen. I've not seen the like before. I wonder where I've been all these years. Yes, but the key thing to know, in case you're wondering at home, is it was just ordinary adhesive. Nothing special in that whatsoever.
Exactly, and here it is. Here is the candle she made when we was there, and is on Facebook. So that's so great. Frosso Handmade Jewelry. If you type it into Facebook, you gonna find it for sure. And it's great. So thank you so much for doing that. But also, we have to say a big thank you to Agripos Pension and hotel. So fantastic. I was so taken by them because they invited us in and they let us film in their premises that candle decorating, and it was a fantastic conversation we had there. And when you look how the resort is, so that's in Petriti, and and that's also our first. That's gonna be
exactly. This is very exciting news.
It's very exciting news for us. Yeah.
Because the very first location live broadcast from Interactive SK Light is coming to you all good people next Wednesday from this very private hotel, which is obviously open to all tourists and holiday makers alike, but it's a private spot. You can see the sea there in the background with the Greek mountains in the background.
It's great. It's just a stone throw from the fishing harbour in Petriti. There's there the pool bar. They have fantastic accommodation.
You want is there,
the Werners are not far. Coffee shop is not far. It's great. I love the whole area. It's great. I mean, there's so many fantastic areas around in Corfu and in Greece generally, but that's a diamond of area, and
we're looking forward to showing it to all you good people next week. So this time next week, all being well, better touch wood quickly.
Yeah, we sit next to a swimming pool, mate.
It's rather good, isn't it? We'll be doing our first live broadcast. Obviously, COVID compliant, and obviously we're itching to get back on the road and go to all these wonderful places to show you just how beautiful this island is, in case you didn't know already. But unfortunately, we're trying to comply to the letter and to the spirit of the restrictions because of COVID-19. But as you've heard already, they're slowly being lifted, and praise be for that.
Praise be for that. So guys, thank you so much in helping us making these clips, and you were really so welcoming. So it was great.
Yes, they were great.
And when you look over there, it's just so, that's where we got our pot from, was from Frosso. She giving us that beautiful red pot for Easter, and of course the bread and the is Stefanos from Linear Park Bakery.
Yes,
so that was really great, and I hope you guys enjoyed these little clips. So if you have anything you want to know regarding holiday here on the beautiful island of Corfu or in Greece, don't hesitate. Contact us right in here now while we're on air, or send us a message after the show, or send us an email to inbox@studiokerkura.com. But that was really, it was enlightening for us, and this was really a great experience. But you got there something.
Just before we move on, I'm just going to say something about the great Easter baking of the bread from the great bakery at Linear, Stefanos. What amused me was that every baker has their own magic special ingredient, and of course it's a real big secret, as it should be. But it makes you wonder, doesn't it, that if you're really keen on Easter bread, just do a tour around all these bakeries and just imagine how different they might be. Yes, exactly.
Have a taste. I think that's a great idea, man. Have a couple of different, and you can probably feel or taste the difference of them, and they are different.
I bet.
But the cookies is the same. I love them. They're great. But it's the same. It depends when I get it in Moretica.
Right.
Tastes different than Stefanos'.
Oh, yes.
Not by much, but you
subtle difference.
Subtle difference, exactly.
Great,
and it's great.
Of course
it's refreshing. It's beautiful. It's, that's how it should be.
Right.
But here the view. That's the view, guys. So thanks for logging on. Thanks for watching. For everybody who just logged on. It's all about Easter in this episode, and we not done yet, but we gonna go do that in a minute. So that's the view from Corrigiana. That's the hill just above the beautiful fishing village of Petriti. And Easter week is so important. Easter is really the most important thing here on the island, with St. Spiridon Day. I think this is the 2 days.
Yes, St. Spiridon
in the year
13th
where you
December,
say, wow.
I think it is, very
Yeah.
important day. There's another
Very
one
important.
in the summer as well that commemorates
Yeah.
a great feat. That
And
St.
normally all the
Spiridon-
Philharmonicas come out and,
Yes.
and march with their music.
Well, they
and
would be
waltz.
with
They
Easter,
would be
wouldn't they?
Easter, exactly, and that's
Yeah.
all missing this year. But they still are very persistent to have a fantastic Easter, and they're gonna do that.
I'm sure they will.
I mean, we've been in lockdown for over 6 months now, and people are patient, and they carry on, and they've done the best they can, and I think Corfu done very, very well.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
So let's hope those
That
long,
goes
dark
on,
days
yeah.
are behind us and we can move out forward into the light.
Yeah.
Hopefully the sunshine.
But you got something very
Well,
interesting now.
Yes.
So-
To all those people at home wondering, hang on a minute, Easter was a couple of weeks ago. Well, yes. But here we are with the Greek Orthodox Easter, part of the Eastern Orthodox Church. And surprisingly, or to someone uninitiated like myself, they're still using the Julian calendar as opposed to the Gregorian calendar. Just to give you a bit of background information, the Julian calendar was introduced 45 BC by Julius Caesar, no less.
Ooh,
Yes.
45 BC.
45 BC he formulated it, and 46, sorry, he formulated it, and 45 BC it was introduced, and it was actually arranged by, would you believe, Greek mathematicians and astronomers.
Okay.
And it lasted for 1600 years or so, all the way up to 1582 AD, when Pope Gregory XIII came along and noticed there were a few little inaccuracies like this leap year, so he shaved a bit off, would you believe? But it's now the most widespread calendar throughout the Western world is the Gregorian calendar. If you want some details, the Julian calendar had a normal year of 365 days, but a leap year of 366 days. That meant that the average year, for those that like statistics, the average year was 365.25 days long. However, an actual solar year is 365.24219 days. Which means that, keep up now, the Julian calendar gains a day every 128 years. I mean, I don't really think that's a big do, but there you go, 128 years. None of us are going to be around to see that, but anyway. So, here we go, for all those that want to know to the nitty-gritty of why the two Easters are different. For the next 78 years from now, the Julian calendar will be 13 days behind its corresponding Gregorian date, which is right. We can prove it because UK Easter, for instance, and in America and other countries around Europe was 2 weeks ago.
Was
13 days. So there we go.
13 days. So
and
there
that
we go.
explains that. And do you know what? I've always wanted to know the answer to that.
Yeah, no, but it was because I was here on Corfu, I think 2013 or 14. It fell on the same day.
It's very rare that it does that.
Exactly,
but
same
it does
day as
every
the
now and
UK,
again.
no?
Yes, yes.
And the rest of Europe. So that was quite, this was quite exciting at one, but nice to see because there were a lot that these celebrations are still stuck in my head.
Yes. Of course, Easter is a lunisolar calendar event rather than a solar calendar event, and it came about with the first Sunday after the ecclesiastical full moon that occurs on or soonest to the 21st of March, which of course is the spring equinox.
Okay.
And of course, the it's calculated now on the Gregorian calendar, which is more accurate, and the date of that full moon sometimes differs from the astronomical first full moon after the spring equinox. So there are a little bit of, a few
There's a couple of
idiosyncrasies there, yes. But anyway, we're a little bit clearer now, possibly, slightly, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. What I was thinking, maybe,
Yes,
really?
maybe.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
Just bring Easter on, I don't care.
No, indeed.
You know it is.
And of
No,
course,
it-
we should
it's
point
exciting.
out that Easter is a very serious religious occasion. It's about the noting of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ and his resurrection, or should we say transfiguration, on Easter Sunday. But I should also point out that actually the festival around Easter is older than Christianity. It is in fact a pagan festival, eggs, fertility and all the rest of that. The other point about the eggs that somebody told me about here in Corfu is that when they smash the eggs, they're also smashing the bad, evil spirits.
Yeah.
It's
get
all
rid of
about
all that,
getting the old spirits
Yeah,
and bringing in the new.
Spring is here, and all
Yes,
this
exactly.
new life, and
Yes,
new,
yes.
the new circle started.
Yes,
Yeah.
the cycle of
The
life.
cycle of life, and that's
Yeah.
great, and that's exactly, they still keeping the essence. They're still so in touch with that,
They
and
are.
that's beautiful to see.
Yeah, I love this island because, yes, it's very religious and orthodox, but you know what I like about the people here? They still maintain the back of their head somewhere the old folklore traditions.
Totally,
that
yeah.
go back thousands of years. Because what
Thousands.
excites me, Thomas, is that near where I live, Halicunas, for instance, there's evidence of civilization going back 26,000 years. That makes me very excited and
That-
honoured
that, yes.
to be in such a place.
Yeah, and everywhere you stumble over is history here.
Oh, totally.
Everything,
Yeah, yeah.
and that makes it so, and the living, and then you experience the culture. It's completely different.
Oh, yes, it's wonderful.
It's
though.
completely
And, of
different.
course, the people make it, the scenery makes it. I mean, everything here is in Corfu, so if you want to know where you can spend your next holiday, come on over to Corfu, because you will not be disappointed.
Definitely, and that's the right time for me to plug our crowdfunding
Good
shop.
one,
So,
yeah.
what is our crowdfunding shop all about? This is a studio Care that's here, Interactive SK, and we want to do a whole season. At the moment, you're watching the light version, so we're still in our studio. But from next week on, we gonna step it up, and we gonna be out there with our broadcast van. Hooking up in different locations, and the first location gonna be live next Wednesday from Ep3 from the fantastic holiday resort, and there we're gonna show you brilliant history and culture again, plus accommodation, and how we fund the whole program is with our crowdfunding shop. So how does this work? So we're working with local businesses together, and we're still doing. We have a lot of meetings. So between the shows, we're doing a lot of running around. So when the season starts, we can fill our crowdfunding shop and promote the beautiful island, promote the businesses, promote tourism here. But as you know, you need money to do that, and the way of raising it is not to go to the businesses here on the island and sell advertising. It's not working. Cash is very rare at the moment. This is hard for all the businesses. So we thought, okay, how can we do that different? And you know what? Everybody has products. The products is, when I don't need to part with my cash, but I can offer a service in exchange for promotion, for getting something, for showing people my business. Why not? It is an achievable way for businesses, and that's the idea behind the crowdfunding shop. So businesses generously giving us some crowdfunding products, and these products we gonna crowdfund off. So if you crowdfund us, as thank you, you get, here's example, €250. That's 1 week in Mouse House Penthouse. That's usually €500. So you gonna get a voucher worth €500, for 1 week at the Mouse House Penthouse. As example, Genie Tours is the same. They do fantastic tours around here in the south and on the whole of the island actually. But they cost €40 per person. So she's giving us for 2-person tickets for a fantastic day out. And we sell it half price as a crowdfund, half price. You crowdfund us for €40, you gonna get this voucher worth 80. So everybody is a winner. That's how we say it.
That's right. It is totally a unique, wonderful operating service here, quite unlike any others that I know. And it must be great to the business providers that they have a means rather than just forking out precious hard cash.
Exactly, this is a problem. Economy is down a little bit. Of course, the tourism, the COVID struck, and then so instead of taking cash, we gonna take these products and make some great bargains for you. So
Yes.
that's gonna fill now. There's many things that have to go on there. So
keep
now
your eyes
over the next
peeled.
week
Yep.
it's filling up, and you get some great bargains. So why not look in there, and at the same time you help us with the running costs of the show. That's also win.
Everybody's a winner.
Great, I love
Fantastic.
it. So
yes.
guys, that's what it is. And if you wanna know more about it, log on to www.carekira.live. It's great, isn't it?
Absolutely, Thomas.
So,
Perfect for the programme as well. Interactive SK. It's a perfect complement to what we're trying to do here, which is not only
totally.
boost tourism, but also to make happy the people that live here in this
live
wonderful
here
country
the
of
same,
Greece. Yes,
I
of
have a
course.
connection, and we are English-speaking stations here in Greece, so we want to connect, and we at the beginnings we're running for a couple of years, but we're growing, we're getting into this ring, and with your support, we can cover more, and of course, better. That's what it's all about.
Well, we have got some great places lined up to
Oh.
film and to bring you. More of that on another show.
Oh, it's gonna get.
But rest assured, we are in negotiations with lots of places to bring you fantastic spectacles and accommodations as well. All sorts of things.
Oh, there's lots from Produktion von Olifoil on to nuts to sing,
yes.
to rent the cars, to activities, boat hire, and then. So that's gonna be great. Everything was holiday and living. Gonna be fantastic. Here's the view now. It's again, you know what? We are privileged. We're so privileged here.
We're extremely lucky, Thomas. Absolutely.
Yeah. But you know what? One thing I wanna try now, and that's the thing we said gonna be special because I know Dawn Doukas is in Corfu down, and I know she is on the Liston, and I gonna go on now, and we gonna video call her. So let's have a go.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's ringing. You can hear probably the dum dum.
Oh,
That's the music, isn't it, man?
We like it.
So,
we like it.
but let's see what's going. Oh, here she is. Hi Dawn.
Hi guys.
Hi, hello. How are you? Can you hear us well?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Oh,
Hello
great.
from Corfu Town.
Yes, we just saw it. We have to see. Somebody told us you probably be on the Liston in Corfu Town, and you are. How is it? Oh wow! You know what a view! That Liston, so beautiful.
It's very, very busy in Corfu Town, I have to say. Everyone has been very, very good. They're all wearing the masks, as I am. A lot of ice cream being eaten today because, of course, it hit 25 degrees in Corfu Town this evening.
Ooh, 25.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, there's a bit. I've seen a lot of godparents shopping for their godchildren today, getting their candles, and also their eggs, their jureki, their Easter breads.
Yes.
As well as shoes. The children's shoe shops have been very busy. There's been quite a few queues outside. Everyone, of course, sending their SMS for an appointment. And the police, I have to say, have been very visual today.
Yeah.
But not overly. You know, it's a very friendly atmosphere. I have to say, there's a lot of people, but it's very friendly.
But they listen what they place, and they started with their purple lights, did they?
The Liston lights have not switched on as yet. I was thinking that probably the next 10-15 minutes. But what I have noticed this year, Thomas, is they've extended the purple lights outside of the shops as well. So, if I can take you over to... I'll just walk over to one of the many coffee shops. As you know,
Yes.
Corfu Town is well known for its coffee shops.
She's teasing us, Aid.
And just in the background here, there's a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And they have very, very tiny lanterns just outside, and all have been dressed in purple. And it's very much the same all the way through the little street. Even though many of the shops are still closed,
Yeah.
they have these little very tiny lights outside, and they've all put like a purple cast, a purple bulb light.
So everybody's joining in this year. All the businesses, they have everybody.
Yes, and I have to say, Thomas and Adrian, that all the shop owners are they're very hopeful, especially for Monday, when of course the SMS business suddenly stops for us after so many months, nearly 7 months of having to ask permission before leaving the house. So they said
Monday,
hopefully.
Yeah, so Monday, is that for sure for Monday now the SMS stop?
That's for sure, yes. On Monday,
Great.
Restaurants and coffee bars, they will be allowed to actually serve people. Only outside sitting, not inside as yet. But the SMS finishes, we say adio.
Adio SMS, that's great.
Adio
Hooray.
SMS on Monday. Hurrah, hurrah.
Yes, absolutely.
So do you have to wear a mask while you sit outside the coffee shop, or are you allowed to take it off there?
You are allowed to take it off. but of course there are only a certain amount of people that are allowed to be positioned in the outside area around the tables.
So when
And
I
of
sit
course-
down, then I can take it off, but when I stand up and go, then I have to put it back on.
Yes, of course, if you're going into the establishment for the restrooms or to order maybe another coffee, because I know you do like your coffee.
No. Whoa.
I'm sorry, Thomas, but you're going to have to put your mask back on.
I don't care. As long as I can sit down with the coffee in the Liston, I'm all right. But it's beautiful, Corfu Down.
It is, and you can really get a sense of there's a lot of children that have been playing cricket on the Liston, football. There's a lot of children and families that have put blankets down and they're having like little picnics. They're playing games. I saw earlier on quite a couple of boys who'd actually got chessboards and they were having a bit of a chess competition.
Great.
Okay.
They were having, they were having a chess competition. There was a group of kids. They were all wearing the masks, I have to say. A group of kids that were sat together, and they were playing instruments, a guitar and a little like drum thing.
So life is returning slowly to Corfu.
Yes, how you would normally imagine Corfu town. Obviously, it's not a true reflection of what it normally is like, because of course Corfu is famous for the Greek visitors. I mean, we can have over 200,000 people visit here for the Easter celebrations. So, but this evening has been very nice. All the churches, of course, are open. They've been open all day, and you've seen people going in the churches and lighting candles. The bells on St. Spiridon's Church, which hopefully if I can position my phone.
Yes, that's that's great.
Fabulous.
That's great, fabulous. Oh, St. Spiridon
Okay.
Church.
Such a beautiful church.
Yeah, beautiful.
It is. Inside, it's absolutely
Wonderful, Dawn.
spectacular.
Wonderful.
And they started their bell ringing at 20 past 7. And then every 5 minutes after that, all the churches responded in different. So every 5 minutes, another church rang their bells, and then another church and another church. So for the past hour, it's been really quite nice.
I believe. How many churches are there in Corfu Down? Do you know that?
There are actually registered that are still working churches. There's 300.
Good grief.
300.
300. Extraordinary.
There's 300 churches. From at least what I know that are registered, and of course there's all the other chapels that unfortunately are not run churches. I don't know whether it's because of lack of priests or funds, or I don't know, but
there's a lot of privately owned churches too.
That's right. There's a lot of family chapels here. You would find many
family
of the
church.
the nobles. Of course, the nobles of the Liston that they were in the book, the Libra di Ora, and the many of those would have had a church that's connected with their family. Yeah.
Wow. But what fantastic to see the Liston. It's really great, this thing, and you see a little bit of life back, and this is getting, it's great, and that's what we need, I think.
And the swallows as well. There's more swallows than people at the minute here. I needn't have gone to the hairdressers for highlights because I'm in a rather dangerous area at the moment.
So, and you gonna walk this evening around and gonna take some beautiful pictures of the fantastic purple lights for us?
Of course. I'm just hoping that it's just a shame, really, that I think maybe later the lights will be on. But if I can just show.
So all
one
the
of the
lanterns are ready. And they
Yes.
with purple light bulbs. Oh, that must be. But people can always log on to Corfu South promotion later and for sure look at the pictures.
Yes, of course. I will be also doing a live that will be on the Corfu South Promotions Facebook page.
Great.
So you'll be able to see the lights in full light, in full force. And of course, tomorrow connecting with your fantastic report of the turkey making. Traditionally tomorrow, which of course the Catholic and Christian would call it Maunday Thursday. It's Migaliv the Mother here, so big week as they call it here.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the traditional day where Greek mothers would actually bake their turkey and also paint their eggs.
Their eggs. So that's tomorrow. That's the full preparations for Sunday are starting.
That's right. Full preparations. And then, of course, on the Friday is church day for everybody. We do like our parades here in Corfu. It's just unfortunate that the Philharmonicas aren't allowed. But saying that, I did actually see the Philharmonica of Corfu all waiting outside for them to get their uniforms. It's called a stoli in Greek, their uniforms. And they will be performing something that will also be streamed live.
Great. So that's
three of the Philharmonicas have already performed in churches and outside the St. George Chapel at the Old Fortress.
Yeah.
They were all waiting, bless them, with their masks on, all saying hello to each other and, doing the new handshake with the fist. And they were just waiting for the doors to open for them to go up and get their uniforms ready for their performance that's going to be recorded and I think streamed live on Friday.
Oh, great. We're going to look forward to that one. Dawn, so fantastic. Thank you so much for doing that. We knew we were in there. We said we just phone you. We have a quick chat. And the lights just came on behind you
look
as
at
we
that.
spoke.
Fantastic.
There you go.
Wow, look at that, guys.
Beautiful.
And the lights are on. The purple lights for Easter at the Liston. How fantastic. They just came on. Pop.
Excellent
As we
timing.
spoke. Excellent timing.
Well done, Dawn.
great.
You weaved your magic there.
I
Superb report.
did. It cost me a lot of money.
Oh, great.
Well said, Dawn.
See,
I will
influence,
wait
great.
a little bit longer, of course, just for the sun to set a little bit more, and they'll show a little bit better. And of course, I'll put it on the Corfu South promotions page so everyone can see it in its glory.
Great.
Wonderful.
And we gonna watch. What a fantastic ending to our call here with you. That's fantastic. Hey, Dawn, thank you so much for
You're welcome.
being our
A
outside
great show,
report today.
guys.
Dawn.
Thank
Brilliant.
you very much.
Thank you.
Everyone stay safe. And I wish you all a really, really, a very, very happy Easter. And you'll obviously, hopefully, be seeing a little bit more of the celebrations over the weekend as well. We'll try and bring you as much as we can so you can
Great.
appreciate how we celebrate Easter here in Greece.
Hey, Dawn, thank you so much. Have a fantastic evening, and I really look forward to your pictures later.
Thank you very much, Thomas.
Cheers,
nice
Dawn.
speaking to you,
Kalapasta to you.
Adrian.
See you later.
Kalopasta.
Bye-bye, Dawn.
Kalopasta.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, fantastic. How amazing was that, Thomas?
Oh,
What
it was
a
great.
stroke of genius luck for once on our side. Well done to Dawn for bringing that in.
Oh, definitely. Thank you so much, Dawn,
Because-
for letting us know and bringing that in. That's great.
And now everybody here on this wonderful island of Corfu knows that Easter has truly started. The
Oh,
lights
definitely.
shine the way. And of course tomorrow is important. Maundy Thursday, Mega Thursday, she called it, didn't she? It's the big week. It's a mega week, actually. There's something going on of important religious significance every single day, I do believe.
Yeah, no, that's every day, and that's what it is. So from tomorrow on, it's really gonna hit. So they start with as you said, turkey is gonna be made tomorrow. The bread, the eggs gonna be dyed tomorrow. That's why we didn't wanna dye the eggs, because we didn't wanna be disrespectful.
No,
you know,
that's true.
when we live here, we should live the ways and
Exactly.
indulge the culture.
Yes.
And that's what it is. But we're gonna dye our eggs. Maybe we even film that quickly. Let Aid have a go with it. So if everybody wants to see that, how Aid is trying to color the eggs, please send us a message so we can see how many of you are interested in that one. It's gonna be a great experience, believe me.
Hopefully we're using onion skins.
Oh, definitely. I'm not giving you anything else.
There's a vote of confidence if ever I heard one. I don't blame you, no.
No, it's great, but it's great. But cooking is not your thing. Eating is great, no, but cooking is not your thing.
Well, I can make a mean chili now and again.
Oh, yes, I forgot.
You
Sorry
forgot the
about
one
that.
dish.
Yeah, one dish, I know. How could I do that? But Eleni Aphrodite is saying the SMS will continue for 2 weeks, I heard. So we just heard different, but we're gonna find out, we'll let you know. But she said, my house is between Liston and St. Spiridon Church. Can Dawn pass by and see if everything is okay? Lol. I'm gonna message Dawn that, Eleni, and let's see, maybe we get an answer for you. Of course, is Corfu, everything is safe here. There is no problems at all. You can park your car and even leave your keys in there.
Yes, you can.
I mean,
just be careful where you park, because you could be liable to a parking ticket. Be careful where you park.
Yeah, that's the only thing you think. But I left my car here already in the middle of town, and with the key in the side door. I forgot. Stressed, and I left it. I came back 7 hours later. Nothing.
I've done the same thing.
It's all, that's why we call it paradise.
It is.
So, and Hillary one is saying, wow, 300 churches. Oh, that gold. Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's one way of looking at it.
They're beautiful. Greek churches, Orthodox churches are great. And you can see here in the picture, the sun is going down now. It is hazy, so there is no real sunset around. But what an experience. And the lights came on.
That was fantastic.
On cue, wasn't it?
Beautiful timing. Really is quite extraordinary. On the subject of churches, yes, the island is absolutely festooned with churches. There are incredible large numbers, as you can imagine, if there's 300 around Corfu town. One thing is, we were treated to a tour around the main church there, St. Spiridon's, a year ago.
And
what really impressed me was the beauty, the magnificence of the interior.
Yeah.
You're looking at the outside building thinking, wow, it's a church. But no, when you go in there, the works of art, I mean, there was one work of art by Al Greco, of all people, would you believe?
I saw you got very excited seeing that, because not every day you see El Greco.
No, not at all.
So, but there, St. Spiridon, you can see one.
So if you're wandering around town, want to know what to do, it's St. Spiridon's Church, right in the centre of the old town. Most important that you can pay it a visit.
Oh,
you won't
definitely.
be disappointed.
No, you won't be disappointed. It is an experience. Every step you take in town, you can discover something.
Absolutely.
And somebody proved that to us, and it's true.
It's
true.
Well, don't forget, guys, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and we can clearly see why.
Yeah, exactly. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's show. It's still the interactive SK Light, so we're not in full swing. But we gonna be. So, and we really try from next Wednesday on. We wanna be out there with our van live and come live from different places all over this beautiful island of Corfu and of Corfu. But we're not telling anymore, guys.
No.
You're gonna have a fantastic trip all summer long. And if you wanna log on to our crowdfunding page at kerkera.live and support us a little bit, or you know somebody who support us, or you a business and say, oh, that's something I would like to take part. Hey, please contact us. Send us an email to inbox@studiokerkera.com. Go on to the website www.kerkera.live, or send us a message via Facebook. So either way, get in contact with us and let's work something out. And it's great. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you so much for commenting. It was great. You were fantastic, and we really all missed you. Thanks God, we're back.
Have, yeah.
But until next Wednesday, have a fantastic weekend. Here in Greece, have a fantastic Easter. So, Kalo Baska to everybody, Koniopola.
Absolutely. Here, Thomas. And as always, thank you very much indeed for sharing your time with us. Enjoy the rest of the day wherever you are. To all our good Greek friends, Kala Paska. And all of you, take care, stay safe, and keep smiling. Bye-bye.